What's going on, everyone? So today I just want to briefly walk you through the basics on how to open an account with an online broker. That way you can invest in the stock market. If you haven't been living under a rock, you know that the market has been taking a hit because of the COVID-19 crisis. In my opinion, it is due to the lack of confidence and the lack of preparation that we've shown to get this under control. But nonetheless, it's out of our control. The market has been taking a hit. And, a lot of people are catching on. They understand that this is basically that second chance. If you think about it, we go back to 07, 08. A lot of us weren't at a point where we were hip to investing. I know I was still in college. I was in my second year, first semester when the recession hit. I was studying finance. So I was actually able to be in a position where I was able to go through that situation while learning about the reasons on why recessions happen. But here it is, fast forward, 2020, we're basically almost in the same position. If not, we're headed towards worse. I'm not saying worse like a depression, but at the same time, we do have a ton of industries that are taking a hit because of the lack of business that's being able to be conducted because of the virus. But nonetheless, a lot of people, want to start getting invested into the stock market because they want to take advantage of the times that we have now. Stocks on sale. This is basically what everybody's saying. Now's the time to get in. Now's the time to own a piece of America for dirt cheap. So I do want to walk you through just the basic steps on how to open an account with an online broker. That way, like I said, you can get started with investing. The same goes for if you want to trade options. Now, options would be another step in futures. That would be another step, another application to get approved. But this is the first step to everything, just opening that account with that online broker. Okay. Now, what is an online broker? Now, an online broker is a firm that allows its customers to buy and sell securities on a digital platform. This can be through their website. This can be through their app. But more than likely, that online broker, you won't have to go into a physical location, nor will you have to call up someone to place that trade for you. Although there are some brokerage firms that still allow you to call and have broker-assisted trades. They are a little bit more expensive when it comes to commissions, but an online broker is what we're focusing on today because you're able to maximize your control of your portfolio. Going into maximizing the control of your portfolio, your online broker makes it easy to place trades, check quotes, and make adjustments to your portfolio. You are in control. Okay. They facilitate faster execution of trades. Now, of course, anytime you place a trade online, it goes to your broker, and your broker makes sure that your trade or your position is filled. Okay. Now, certain online brokers, they provide educational resources to make informed decisions. Not all online brokers provide resources or, these educational tools. And when it comes time for you to choose which firm you want to open your account with, this is one thing you need to take into consideration, because if you just sold or hooked on, hey, I don't pay any commissions, they're free, nothing is free nowadays. But at the same time, it's like throwing you into the fire without giving you any type of weapon. So you do want to get with a broker that's going to provide that environment for you to buy, sell stock, options, bonds, ETFs, whatever your goals are. But you want to have that broker to be able to give you those resources and educational tools needed for you to make sound decisions. Okay, like I said, they do provide greater investor control. Now, of course, when it comes to opening your account with the online broker, you do have to go through an application process. Now, it can get very intimidating because they do ask for personal information, but it's no different than opening a bank account. Okay. Now, of course, brokers, just like any other bank or financial institution, they do have an obligation to comply with U.S. government laws and rules. And of course, with the rules imposed by the self-regulatory organizations, SROs. Okay. Now, they're going to request personal information from new customers, of course. And even if you have a long-standing relationship with your firm, if you want to make an upgrade, if you're trying to get a self-directed IRA, if you're trying to open up additional accounts, they may ask for additional information as well. Brokers will also ask for this information because they do have to mitigate risk. They just want to make sure that the investor has at least some type of experience when it comes to buying and selling securities. Because, let's say you open an account and you're trying to trade on margin. Margin is basically just like a loan. but you're trying to trade on margin and you blow up your account, that broker will now be responsible for that as well. This is the information that they're going to get from you. Of course, your name, your tax ID number, social security number. Of course, Uncle Sam needs to know, if you're winning, you're growing that portfolio, because they need their percentage. Of course, your address, your telephone number, and also going back to social security number. That's also going to allow the broker to confirm that you're actually a real person. Telephone number, date of birth, driver's license, passport, or other government issue ID. Now, your employment status and occupation. Don't get so turned away with this. They're not going to call your employer. They're not going to stop by, check on you. This is just to, like I said, mitigate their risk. They need to see what industry you're in, making sure you're not potentially setting yourself up for insider trading. That is one of the reasons, okay? Now, are you employed by a brokerage firm? Of course, that's information because that can possibly be a conflict of interest. What is your annual income? And also, what is your net worth? Okay. Now, like I said, these are just the basics of the application process. What I'm going to touch on now is just once you fill out this information, what you're going to look for in regards to your goals and your investment objectives. Now, after you're done filling out the application, it's going to take you to 4 investment objectives. They cover how you accomplish most of your financial goals. Now, of course, certain products and strategies work for one objective. They may not necessarily produce proper results for other strategies, which is why it's important that you identify these going into that application for the online broker. Now, of course, most people have long-term, short-term financial planning needs. And with this, you're likely to use more than one of these strategies, but it's important to identify that going in. Okay. Now, of course, the goal is to find a combination of the 4 objectives. That way it makes sense to your financial situation. And the 4 objectives are speculation, growth, income, and capital preservation. Okay. Now, when it comes to speculation, of course, a speculator, you're not necessarily a true investor, but of course you enjoy jumping in and out of stocks for capital gain. Okay. Of course, you're going to have your ideas, you're going to have your opinions. But this trader here is more so interested in quick profits. In most cases, they do use advanced trading techniques, like shorting stocks, trading on margin, options. And of course, if you're trading like options on futures and whatnot, you have no real attachment to companies. This area is really more so my trading style, because typically I'm usually in and out of a trade. Of course, when it comes to options, that option expires. So I have no type of attachment to that company. And of course, they may not know much about the underlying business, except the stock is volatile and you're able to benefit off of a quick move in stock price. Now, when it comes to growth, this here, you can also call it capital appreciation. Now, of course, this is for the long-term investor. This is for long-term growth. This is more so like your retirement plans, investments, just more so like IRAs, 401ks and whatnot. Now, you're not limited to just a retirement account. You can just sit on stock, hold stock for many years, if this is your type of strategy that you want to use when it comes to growth, just growing your capital over time. Okay. The next one is income, your current income. Now, this involves investing in stocks that pay a consistent and high dividend. So, if you're big on companies that pay quarterly dividends, this is your objective here. Of course, you have some REITs, top quality real estate investment trusts. If you're looking for, that type of income there, that would be best for this objective. I just recently posted not a video, but I had a post where I was talking about Simon Property Group, how they're one of the largest REITs and they're the largest owner of malls and outlets that we shop at. So you can definitely get, a piece of that pie. And they do pay a pretty good dividend. The dividend has increased 10% over the last 5 years. So definitely check that out. Now, when we go to capital preservation, now this is basically associated with retirement or nearly retired people who want to make sure they don't outlive their money. Okay, now this is, of course, if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you have that safety net. So that means you're taking a little bit less risk. Now, of course, this is just really more so, I wouldn't say not for the young investor, but if a young investor wants to choose this as an objective, they're not going to be wrong. And, typically I wouldn't say there's no right or wrong answer, but depending on which online broker you choose, they may limit your account based off of how you answer these questions. But this is really important going in, and this will always be on an application because your goals, they don't necessarily have to be defined clearly up front, but this is a good start where, you're going to start out with the 4 investment objectives. And after you have completed the application, it may take a few days for the broker to get back to you. But once you get that email, that welcome letter, it is a good feeling. And congratulations on receiving it. Now you are in a position where you can start buying stock. And your welcome letter will come via email. You'll be able to log in. You get to download their trading software if they have. But hey, this is the application process to get started with an online broker. Let me know what questions you have. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, share. Let me know if you need any assistance getting through the application. I will set up a few video chats I can walk you through, or if you want to set up a call, let me know. Send me a DM and we can go from there. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe. I look forward to speaking with you. Have a good one.